Right. Okay. Then what is IPL? Like that, I know it's a laser, but
Right.
what makes you a good candidate to get something for that? And then how does it work? And what's the downtime for that one?
Yeah. I love IPL. It stands for intense pulse light. It's actually not a laser. It's actually a
Oh,
light-based treatment. So it's
okay.
categorized as a light treatment. So IPL it's also known as BBL, or BBL is a trademarked device from a certain company. But if you've heard BBL or broadband light, that's also the same type of treatment. So what it does
Okay.
is it treats pigmentation and redness in the skin. So it's a color corrector. So it helps with removing brown spots, freckles. It helps with rosacea, with broken capillaries that may be causing redness in the nose, cheeks, and the chin. And it's a great treatment. There's really no downtime unless you have a lot of pigmentation and a lot of freckles. It actually looks a little bit worse for a few days. Those brown spots turn really dark. It almost looks like you have dirt all over your skin. And
Hmm.
that comes off after about 5 to 7 days. But if you don't have that and you don't have a ton of pigmentation, then usually your skin's back to normal within a few days. There might be a little bit of swelling and you might be a little bit red for that day and the next day, but you can go to work pretty much the next day. I have seen a small percentage of patients get kind of swollen, especially if you have thinner skin, if you're maybe a little bit older and you're more sensitive to heat. Patients have called me or sent us emails the next day with a little bit of swelling around the eyes, but that's pretty much it. And I love IPL. I think it's a great treatment if you're the right candidate. So candidates, so intense pulse light is removing unwanted melanin. So melanin is what causes our skin to turn dark, and pigmentation, and that's what causes freckles. So darker skin types are not candidates for IPL because of the technology and because of the physics behind it. So I don't recommend it to anyone that is a darker skin type, that even is a lighter skin type that's been in the sun. So lighter skin types that, are going to sunny vacations and coming back with the tan, you need to let that tan fade because then it can lead to burns. So it can actually burn the skin and it can remove that melanin and it can leave a white stripe in the shape of the lens. So you have to be careful with tans and darker skin.
Okay. So let's say tomorrow I wanted to go get an IPL treatment. I
Yeah,
live in a fairly warm, sunny climate, like 300 days a year, I think, is sun here. And
right.
so right now I'm probably, well, with the lights, I'm still not white, but I have a bit of a tan. But in the summer, I'll start tanning. So
Right.
what does removing melanin mean to my experience in the sun?
So if you were to, so right now you look like you would be fine for it, but you in the
Okay.
summer with a little bit of tan, like I said, it's removing melanin. So the shape of the lens and the actual piece that hits your skin, that
Hmm.
whole lens can actually remove, and it almost looks like it looks like a rectangle, and all of that melanin can come off. So it looks really dark. And yeah, you just have to stay away from it if you have any sort of tan at all. So the paler the better for this treatment. You'll get the best treatment, and
Wow.
it's safe enough, and we can have the settings high enough to give you a good result without any risk.
Okay. And then let's say I'm in super white mode. Super pale mode. I go and get this treatment done. Does removing melanin then make me more sun sensitive after that?
Not usually. No.
Okay.
Usually it doesn't make you more sun. Usually it's more so products that you put on your skin can make you more sun sensitive. But if it removes melanin, and if it's just, so let's say it's you and you want some freckles removed or pigmentation removed, it doesn't look like you have a lot of pigmentation. But if you wanted just that pigment removed, it'll just specifically take away that pigment. It's not going to remove the skin around it or the color around it. It's just looking for the darker pigment. So, but for
Okay.
men, if you have men listeners and they're interested in IPL, men, we can't go over your beard unless you've got salt and pepper, or unless it's salt. Sorry, because if it's dark colored hair, it's still melanin, so it can remove the hair. So for men, we usually just treat around the eyes and forehead. We can't go over your beard because it can actually remove your
Okay.
hair.
So it's mostly
Hmm.
okay if it's like here, the T zone, if you will.
Right.